G'day trendsetters, it's been about 4 weeks now since I started this trial on 4 different potting mixes, starting with very basic, cheapest, next step up, and next step up in price. So cheapest to dearest, but my prediction was not in quality, and I thought this would be the best one, which was a step down in price. And at the 4-week mark now, it's pretty safe to say that things are panning out pretty much how I expected. And very telling, which I'll get to in a minute, is the rocket. I planted rocket seeds into the 4 pots of different potting mix, and it's very telling there. But I'll grab the camera and I'll bring it down, and we'll go through these. I'll try and set it up so as we can see the 4 side by side, and you'll be able to judge for yourself how they've turned out. So let's do that. So I've got the 2 different sort of lettuce. This one was a baby butter lettuce, and this one was a little baby cos lettuce. This was the cheapest potting mix from Brunnings. Then we had Hortico, Searles potting mix, and Scott's Osmocote. I don't remember the prices, but I'll put a link up in the corner to the original video when I set all this up, and it's got all the prices and the quality of the potting mix in it. First though, this is the cheapest one. No added fertilizer, no Australian standard ticks or anything, and clearly a step down from this one, which is the Hortico, which had the black Australian standard ticks, which means that it's meets minimum Australian standard requirements, but has no added fertilizer. So we're kind of really comparing these two to each other, and then these two to each other, which is Searles Premium Potting Mix and the Scott's Osmocote. Now, the potting mix I always use is the Searles Premium Potting Mix. They do have another step up from this one, but this is the one I always use, and I always find I get good results. And again, I think it is done better than the Scott's potting mix. I also found with the Scott's potting mix, I had difficulty with drainage. The water would just pool on top and would take a long time to run through, which I didn't particularly like. It gives too much time to allow water around the collar of the plant, and it can cause problems. Hasn't caused problems in this instance, but it can. So quite clearly, this is the worst result. I think this is the best. You can see it's still quite a lot larger, even in this one, even though they look quite equally as healthy. But I have got significantly more growth on this one. Same with the cos. There's a lot. That's a lot fuller than that one. You can see there the size. They've hardly even grown, these two, compared to those two. So that. But now I'll take you over to the radish, which will tell us a lot more. Okay, here we go. Radish. Now, very obvious signs of how things are growing. Again, I've set these up in the same order from cheapest to most expensive, with the Brunnings down here, Hortico, Searles potting mix, and then the Scott's Osmocote. At the time I planted 3 or 4 seeds in each pot, and nothing else, just water, daily water. Same with the lettuce, the daily water. These ones here, you can see, are quite stunted, clearly yellowed. They're suffering all sorts of nutritional deficiencies and just not healthy at all. The Hortico, which is again the minimum standard potting mix you can buy, marginally better, not quite as bad as this one, but still compared to the other two quite deficient. Searles, again compared to Scott's, I think has given the better results, the improved growth, overall health and vigour of the plant. And Scott's good, even though you're paying a premium price above the Searles potting mix to get a slightly less result. All right, I'll let the let this trial run for another 2 weeks. But one last thing I'd like to say is that potting mixes are generally a fairly localised product. I couldn't say exactly where Scott's come from. I do know Searles comes from Kilcoy, which is 100-ish k's away from here. Same with these two, they might be fairly national products. But what I'd like to encourage you to try is your own similar trial. So as if you've got 3 or 4 different potting mixes that you would like to use but you don't know which one's best, buy a bag of each, a small bag of each, you don't have to buy a big bag. Set it all up, something quick growing and leafy will usually give you some fairly rapid results to show you which is going to give you the best results. Anyhow, what do you reckon? Do you use, if you're local in my area, do you use Searles? If you're local in Pennsylvania, America, is there one there that you like, you want to share with your friends? Bung it all down in the comments below. Love to hear from you. I think I said this, I'll let this run for another 2 weeks and we'll do a final summary. But I think the results aren't going to change in a fortnight. And I want to start eating these guys because they look pretty good. All right, thanks for watching. If you like this video at all, please, I would love it if you would consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It does mean a lot to me. And cheers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.